Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmakers getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K, the 4 units getting played. Always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty all picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
And here we do freaking go on this show. Welcome, guys, to another edition of The Balking Dead. Of course, guys, we're coming off another solid day, guys, up over 1.5 units. But like we say every day, we're 0-0 today. So let's find us a few spots on this janky-ass card on this Wednesday. Of course, you already know, guys, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there and use that promo code PUBSPORTS on your first deposit. They will match you up to a $100 minimum of $25. As you already know, when you win, they want in, guys. We got another sponsor, that is Bibee, guys. It's a clean energy powder, guys, with no come down to your day. Simply by scanning the QR code on screen, you will get 10% off your first order by simply using the best promo code on earth, Pub Sports, that is. Shout out to the chat, guys. Appreciate you all for coming. Shout out to the best producer in the whole wide world, that is Big Show Picks, of course. You already know the drill. If you haven't already, make sure you have them notification bells on. And smash that freaking like. I started to put the timestamps in the comment section after the show, guys. At worst, it will be the recap on. At best, it will be a timestamp next to every pitcher's name that we talk about that day. On this show, guys, we will compare the best lines available when first opened up to the best lines available 30 minutes prior to the show. Then we will compare them to what PrizePicks has to offer. And another day in the black, guys, with some not so great spots. And if it is a great spot, the books are making us pay. So let's talk some pitching props on this wonderful hump day. First guy on the book, guys, is the guy we're talking about they're making us pay for, and that's Zach Wheeler versus the Tigers. Number 19 in the black book. This year has a 27% K percentage with a nice 5.4 walk percentage. Morning line, guys, pretty much the same damn line available now, guys, is PointsBets had him at a minus 140, now at a minus 150. Well, everywhere else is at that 9+ at plus 120. PrizePicks has him at a flat 8, whereas pitching outs on PrizePicks under/over are at a 19.5. 6 righties, 3 lefties projected for your Tigres today. K per 9 this year, he has a 9.3 at home and 11.5 on the road. And lefties, righties, he's always been that good, but got a 10 K per 9 versus the left-handed side and an 11 versus the right-handed side. Man, do the books want to be straight cucks on Mr. Zach Wheeler today, guys. A fucking 8.5, really, man? Come on, man. His last 10 games, guys, he's only hit this over 2. Fuck his last 10. Let's go through the year. He's only hit this over 2 out of 12 games. And because of how the Tigers have been over the last 2 weeks versus right-handed pitching, we get not just a tax, we get a whole strikeout added to him when really it should be a juice 6.5. So technically, we're getting 2 strikeouts added to him. Unless you're able to bet on points bet, like I said, that does have a minus 150. But if you're able to bet more than $12 on points bet, you're doing better than Team Sharpie because points bet don't want none of my action. I'll tell you that, guys. Straight jokes if you ask me. But let's talk these Tigers. Numbers, guys, they're bottom 3 in every hitting category. They're striking out at a 28% clip. The only good thing they are doing, guys, is walking at an 11.4% clip. But like we said with Eflin versus the Twins, guys, who cares about your walk percentage if this pitcher is elite with his walk percentage and he's got a nice 5.4 walk percentage next to his name? If we look at the Tigers' last 200 plate appearances strictly versus right-handed pitchers on the road, they actually get worse, guys. Their walk percentage drops to a 9.5, and their strikeout percentage jumps to an absurd 33%, guys. Hijo de chingalo, way, guys. So, yeah, the books are not trying to get caught in this mess, and they jumped our boy up. Well, let's look at how he's performed versus teams with a 24% K percent or worse since last year. Since seeing this year, he ain't seen one team this year with a strikeout percentage of 24 or worse not being on a pitch count. He is 3-4, guys, to the over 8.5, but he's only averaging 8.2 strikeouts a game. Well, then how the hell does that equal out, Sharpie, guys? Is he hit this right on the number a lot, and then he had one game where he didn't, guys. So he hit this straight 9, then he had a 10 in there, and then he had something in there that dropped his average, guys. So at the end of the day, guys, it's going to be close with this. This is not going to be no easy peasy one, guys, in my opinion. But then I get a little more into it, and I'm like, oh, Lord, it could be one of them days like Gosman, guys. So let's talk about Wheeler, guys. He will be my police I hook to everything today. The guy I did the same thing I did with Braxton Garrett. This guy will be my key, and I will put him down to that 7+ on my ticket, guys, on anything I do bet today. And I do have a half unit alt parlay. Got 7+ on Wheeler, Cabrera 5+, and then I finished it up with 5+ on Lynn, and I got a minus 123 price tag hooking it up, guys. Now, what I seen in the line, which tells me he could have one of those days, guys, is the same thing I seen in Gosman's line. They put this man at a 19.5 for his outs. No way should this man be a 19.5, guys, as he has the same winning percentage to this over on his K prop, guys, 2 out of 12 games. So at the end of the day, if this man goes 7 innings, like the books are projecting him to, he can have one of those 12, 13 strikeout games. But Sharpie 316, rule number 34, guys, I don't chase women and I do not chase K props, guys. So I bet guys averages and when they will go through that average, not when a book wants to play with another man's average. So Wheeler will be my piece. I will hook him from 7+ to any and everything I want. And I took him to that 7-piece, guys, because he does have a 100% win percentage when we go through that at that number, guys. And I'm all about getting the number that I want, the number it should be at. And it comes with a nice win percentage next to it. So give me Zach Wheeler 7+ alted to pretty much everything I decide to bet today. Now let's talk about the guy that I didn't alt him to, and I was actually going to plan on alting him to, but it was like, why should I alt him, guys? The juice is fine. Let's just straight bet us some Edward Cabrera versus the Royals. Number 58 in the black book, guys. This year he's got a 30% K percentage with a disgusting 14.2 walk percentage. Opened him up last night on FanDuel 7+ minus 122, and he is right about that now. 123 on Caesars has the best line available. 6.5 on PrizePicks, whereas pitching outs under over 16.5. Projected lineup, fuck the projected lineup. We got the lineup, guys. 6 lefties, 3 righties for your Royals. This year, this man is striking out people at home where he is at today at a 13.2 K per 9. A nice 10.7 on the road. Well, lefties, he's got a 12 K per 9 compared to an 11.6 versus the right-handed side. Edward Cabrera, guys, is coming off his best game in his young career versus an Oakland A's team that hasn't shown up this year unless it's versus the Pirates or the Braves, where the baseball gods want to remind everyone that baseball is baseball, folks. Now, what's to give? Meaning we look at the Royals numbers over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitchers, and they are walking below league average at a 7.7%, and they're striking out at a 24% clip. But they're also hitting the ball, guys. Top 5 in batting average, 10th in OPS, and 13th in isolated power. But yet when we look at their last 200 plate appearances on the road, we get a whole different story, guys, and it flips to a 180 on everything, guys. Their walk percentage get worse. It goes to a 6.4. Their strikeout percentage then jumps up to a 28.5%. And their batting numbers, guys, they go from top 5 to bottom 5 in average, bottom 5 in OPS, and bottom 7 in isolated power. So, who have these guys even seen in the last 15 days, guys? Well, the only guy we would look to bet on is Lynn, guys, but we stayed off due to how many lefties these guys can put and run out into a lineup. Lynn went out there 6 innings with 6 strikeouts. Well, guys, these things are a lot different when we're looking at this guy's splits to lefties and then why we stayed off of Lynn that day, guys. And I was waiting for lineups because they were projecting 5 left-handed bats. And I was like, please, 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 please. And we got 6 of them putos, guys. It's nice that he is striking out lefties at a 33% clip on the year compared to a beautiful 28 off to the right-handed side. But it's not just that, guys. Lefties just aren't seeing this, man, period. As their batting average and on-base percentage drop a whole 100 points from the left-handed side compared to the right-handed side. And his slugging drops 70%, guys. Along to go with it, guys, his whip goes from a 1.7, a disgusting 1.7 from the right-handed side, to a league average 1.2 versus the left-handed side. If we could project our guy to be out there long, that gives us multiple opportunities to rack up them strikeouts today, guys. A big bugaboo for Cabrera is that disgusting walk rate next to his name. But the Royals are not walking either. So that plays right into our guy for Edward Cabrera hands, where he is cousins to Edward Scissorhands, guys. I know this. I do. And if we take the games out the division this year, when he has seen a team with a 24K percentage or worse, he is 3-4 to the over 6.5, but yet averaging 8.5 strikeouts, actually 8.8 strikeouts a game. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of wiggle room in that, guys. And granted, it is a small sample size. So like I said, guys, I wanted 4. I got 6 left-handed bats. So I am on Cabrera as a straight bet over 6.5 at that minus 122. I am not a big ladder guy, but this man does damage, guys, and averages 2Ks more per 9 in his young career versus the left-handed side. He's striking them out at a 33% clip. And they just ain't been hitting the ball well on the road. And they ain't even seen decent pitching, guys. And they're about to see a young stud, guys, who I expected to keep it rolling after last week. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a career high, guys, and a 12-piece McNugget from this man, as everything says it's out there for him to do it. Now he's just got to show up and do his job, as it said that shit for Keller yesterday too, guys, right? And we all know the story there. So shout out to the 50 live, not shout out to the 30 who ain't hit the like button. You know I don't ask for much. Smash it while we talk some short shorts. Pablo Lopez. Who wears short shorts? Pablo Lopez wears short shorts. And he got himself a Rays team, guys. Number 35 in the black book. He's got a 29K percent on the year, with a nice 7.1 walk percentage to put it next to it. Morning line was 7+ minus 122. On FanDuel, the best line available is still on FanDuel at minus 124. 6.5 on PrizePicks, where his hits, earn run outs on PrizePicks were not available. Projected lineup for your Rays is 6 righties, 3 lefties, and I know it came out, so excuse me, I do want to check that because I was worried that these guys were going to load up a bunch of lefties. This is one of the best analytical teams in all of baseball, guys. And thought they said their lineup was out, and we obviously do not have my lineup showing that. So let's talk these guys while we wait on lineups. Projected lineup, like I said, 6 righties, 3 lefties. I don't think that's right, guys. I think we're going to get more than those three lefties in this spot. Home, he's got a 10.7 to a nice 11K per 9 on the road. Lefties pretty much is coming back to where he was, not to last year, but to where he used to be at a 9.4K per 9, where he's always dominated righties better at a 10.8. Last week, guys, when I talked about Pablo, I was dead right. As I said, pay the juice on the 4.5, and he ended with a dead 5. There's certain ways that I found that where he struggles at, guys, and this is running into a few of them spots. Let's talk about it, guys. He struggled versus teams who have high isolated power, and he struggled versus teams who have high walk percentages. The Rays have come back to life over the last 15 days, guys, with their numbers. They are walking at a nice 10.2 clip. They are striking out at a 23.5% clip, and they're not hitting the ball as we have come accustomed to from these Rays. They are middle of the pack, average, 20th OPS, and bottom 5 isolated power. Now, when we look at the Rays the last 200 plate appearances, guys, versus right-handed pitching at home, that's where I'm running into this problem, guys. And I've noticed where Pablo struggles, and that's the isolated power numbers. And at home, guys, the Rays' walk percentage still stays good. Their strikeout percentage drops to 22.4, and their hitting numbers take a straight 180, guys. They become top 10 in average, 6th in OPS, and an isolated power of 206. 170 is great, fellas. Now, what's going to give? Is it going to be their last 15 days? Or their last 200 plate appearances at home, guys? So maybe the Rays do just play a whole lot better at home, because that's what it's saying in their numbers, guys. Now, we all know what numbers are on this show, right? They're like lawyers, if you don't know. Now, they don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't tell the whole truth. And it's our job at times to figure it out. Now, the lineups, like I said, are projecting something that would favor Pablo Lopez's strikeouts. But the Rays are the most analytical team in baseball, and it's not just strikeouts from the left-handed side that gets worse. It's the batting average goes up, the on-base percentage goes up, and so does his whip, guys. It's not just up by a little, guys. They are drastic differences. So the fact that I can see that means the Rays see it too, guys, and I wouldn't be surprised to see as many left-handed bats as the Rays could find today to send out versus Pablo. When we look at Pablo's win percentage, guys, to the over 6.5 versus teams with a high isolated power since 2022, he has a 22% win percentage in 18 games. That's a big sample size, guys, averaging just 6 strikeouts a game in those spots. So just by looking at the isolated power numbers, he's going to make this a sweat. Now, then when we look at teams, guys, where we're going to look at Pablo's win percentage to the over 6.5 since last year versus teams who have a great walk percentage, 1% better than league average or better, guys. And he has a whopping 12.5% win percentage, averaging only 5.3 strikeouts a game. And that's with a 14-game sample size, guys. These are huge sample sizes to me that are telling me, nah, motherfucker, do not get involved here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, guys. I don't believe they're going to send out just 3 lefties. I think we get 4 or more. And the fact that the Rays ISO at home over the last 200 days is elite. Their walk percentage, either which way you want to look at, has been elite. 2 things that tell me that I stay off of Pablo. And yeah, is what it is. And I'll just let it go. I'll let it go. Now, this is why I do have baby nuts, guys, and dope bet unders, because I do believe guys can still go out and have a great game. I mean, guys, the guys I bet on and the guys I talk about are studs, bro. Like, I can still see the guy going out there and hitting it, guys, but I've just found too many ways and problems where this guy's ran into problems with these numbers, and I'm just cool letting those spots go. I do not go looking to bet an under unless it's like, oh, I know a guy's on a pitch count, or ooh, I've got to find something in there that I know that, okay, we could take this K prop under, guys, because I've only bet 3 K props under all freaking year, guys, and I don't even think I gave one out last year, guys. So it's just something I don't look for. I enjoy guys having great days. I've just seen this guy run into problems too many times in this spot with big sample sizes. Now, I wanted to talk Lance Lynn, guys, and I know there's some Canada fires going on, and God bless anybody dealing with that. Hope everybody's well, and hope anything. I mean, I'm in California, guys. We deal with this shit a lot. I've been evacuated at times because of the air quality and stuff because of fires. So it sucks. Is what it is, and they may not play this game, but we will talk Lance Lynn at the Yankees just in case they do. And if not, then we've got this breakdown for tomorrow, and we just won't talk them tomorrow, as you guys can go back for this for the Lance Lynn. So Number 51 in the black book, Lance Lynn at the Yankees, 25% this year with an 8.6 walk percent. Excuse me. Morning line 7 plus 105 on DK. Best line available is on FanDuel at plus 108. PrizePicks has them at a flat 6, whereas hits allowed under over are at 5 on PrizePicks. Projected lineup for your Yankees: 6 righties, 3 lefties. K per 9 this year is 10.6 at home, 9.7 on the road where he is today, with lefties a 9.6 K per 9 and righties a nice 10.5 K per 9. Now, guys, we get Lance Lynn versus a Yankee team by the numbers that say yes and no to a K prop. Meaning the walk-in strikeout percentage say, yeah, go get it, bro. But the hitting numbers say no. As in, he can get the dog shit kicked out of him, guys, and pulled before he hits, guys. And I like to stay away from that type of volatility. But this lineup is a whole lot different without Judge in it, guys. And going back to last year without Judge, I just cannot respect the numbers that are next to him because they will come back down the life. As, guys, he is the best, if not top 3 hitter in all of the game. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I cannot put too much into these Yankees numbers, even though they still do have some studs in that lineup, guys. Like, I know they got Stanton back. They got Donaldson back. Rizzo's a beast, bro. I get it, bro. They're still a good lineup, guys, but they're way different with El Guapo Judgeo not there because ain't nobody rising if the all rise ain't there. So you catch my drift on the hitting numbers. Not saying they're a terrible team. That would be dumb of me to say, guys. I get that. I'm just saying I'm not going to put too much credit in being a top 5, 10 team in hitting the ball. Now, let's get to it, guys. If I get the lineup they sent out last night with Giolito, at least 6 right-handed bats, then I'm going to get in on this game. And like I said earlier with Wheeler, guys, I'm going to tie a lot of my bets to Wheeler today if I put a bet in. And this is where I'm taking Wheeler at 7+, and I will take Lynn down to 6+ for a full unit. And right now it's at minus 105. I do not have a bet in until the lineups come out. Like I said, I need 6 right-handed bats, and it might go up like 6, 7, 8, 9 cents in juice if they do load up a bunch of righties, because then the market will start betting it, because that's what Lance Lynn does. Now, let's talk why I want to drop Lynn to the over 5.5, guys, where I'm going to hook him to Wheeler's at 7+ and his 6+ is he's got 100% win percentage to the over 5.5, guys, when he does face a team with a 24% K percentage or worse, going back to last season, and he averages 7.1 strikeouts a game in 7 opportunities. Now, guys, he has a great win percentage to the over 6.5 as well, but the wiggle room I ask for is not there. So I will take him down to that 6+, and I will hook him up to my wheels at 7+, guys, to get a decent juice on it and the wiggle room that I ask for when I like to bet a guy's K prop. So the win percentage was like 82%, guys, to that number where he's at now. It's just like I said, he's averaging 7.1. So if you're winning 82%, 88% roughly, somewhere in between there, and it's a 6.5, and you average 7.1, there's a whole lot of 7s in there, guys, is what I'm getting at. And I want that wiggle room, a case of umpire wants to dick me down, case of some guy makes contact when he shouldn't, case of the damn coach wants to pull him when the dude's humming. I got him right there where I got that wiggle room, guys. Now, would I be surprised if he goes out there and dicks down a 6-7 right-handed lineup Yankee team? Sure as fuck won't be, guys. But I like to get guys nice and comfortable where I like to bet them. And I did it with Luzardo and I did it with Musgrove yesterday. And I told you, watch them both go get 8. Well, they both got fucking 8. I'm okay with what I did, guys, because it is what it is. Life's a bitch and you marry one. And I don't chase K props and I don't chase women, guys. Rule 34, Sharpie 316. Let's talk some Terminator, guys. That's Chris Bassitt's new name. He's the Terminator, and he's got a pissed off Astros team. Number 71 in the black book. This year, he's got a 21.5 K percentage with an 8.6 walk percentage. Morning line was 5+ minus 120 on DK. The best line available for that 5+ now, minus 144. PrizePicks has him at a 4.5, whereas outs under over are at a 18.5. projected lineup for your Astros, 7 righties, 2 lefties. This year, he's got a 9K per nine at home where he is at today and a 7.1 on the road. Lefties, he's got an 8.6K per nine, while righties, he has a 7.3. Going back, guys, the last 2 seasons when I look to run Bassitt personally, I do look for left-handed batters, guys, as it's not just this year. Going back to last year, it was over two strikeouts per nine from the left-handed side compared to the right-handed side. And we all know, for the most part, what the Astros do 95% of the time, and that's run 7 righties and 2 lefties, no matter what right-handed pitcher you got out there. Now, I know the lineups don't mean all for Bassitt, guys, as he did see them earlier this year. And he went 6.1 innings, 0 earned runs, and he did hit this over, guys, by the hook with 5 strikeouts. The only thing, guys, is the Astros were not the Astros last time he seen them back in April. They were not hitting for the life of them, and they were striking out at a 24% clip. Now, they may be the best team in baseball, guys, and I know we ran Gosman last night, but that was only because Gosman had a pitch that I pick on the Astros with. It's not always about numbers, as we always say, guys. The numbers said hell no to Gosman last night. And what did he do? He did what I said he was going to do. I says, man, this guy might get 13 tonight. And no bullshit. He got fucking 13, guys. I didn't know that was his career high while watching the game. I was actually like, let's get 13 so I can be right. Let's get 13 so I can be right. And I was like, oh, career. I called the guy's career high. I was like, dude, that's actually happened quite a bit with me. But the thing is I bet people's averages and I don't really ladder. But I did do a mini ladder. I mean, you got to be a little proud. I took a little bit up to the 9, but definitely, that splitter, guys. That's the way to get the Astros. So back to Bassitt, guys. Let's talk him. Excuse me. I personally cap, guys, the Yogi Berra way of capping. And that's why I don't just always look at numbers. And that's why I ran Gosman last night. My Yogi Berra way of capping is 80% numbers and 60% Sharpie. And that's why we have a higher win rate than most people out there, guys, because I don't just look at numbers. And I get it. Numbers, guys, like we say, are like lawyers. They don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't tell the whole truth, and it's our job to figure it out. The Astros numbers are middle of the pack batting average, 10th OPS, and 5 in isolated power. The Astros also are not walking, and they are striking out at a 23% clip. But I'd like to say that 23 may have something to do with that 13 piece from our boy Gazer last night. One thing I picked up on Bassitt's start is once this man has figured out the pitch clock, guys, he has become the fucking Terminator and has become going deeper and deeper and deeper into games. And he is now the master of the pitch freaking calm, guys. And he gets in his groove and gets to going. So the best thing for Bassitt is another pitcher on the other side who is also in a groove, guys. And I don't really look to back the guy on the other side of this game too much, guys. So Bassitt to me right here is an under spot, which is crazy to say, guys. I know Bassitt's going to be out there long enough to hit his strikeout prop over. But this is not the same Astros team that he's seen earlier this year. And the fact is, when a team strikes out 13 times the night before, I can never, ever, 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 ever look over with the next guy over. Guys, these are professional hitters. And this is one of the best teams in not striking out to the right-handed side when they are at their peak. And they were at their peak, guys, up until Gosman last night. So is what it is. Good pitching beats good hitting. I wouldn't be surprised if Bassitt's out there for that 6 to 7 innings, guys. So if I was to bet Bassitt, I would bet his outs before his K prop personally, because I would think he needs to go over that 6.1 innings worth of work to get 5 strikeouts. Now, once again, opinions are like assholes. I have no money on this game, but if I was to bet it, I would bet his strikeout prop to the under. Now, we get to talk. Another guy that I wanted is over, and then something started just digging in my stomach to where it's like, you know what, Sharpie, you've been real hot, dude. We don't need to press. We can learn free lessons, guys, and I'm okay with learning free lessons. Number I don't even know because that's not his number. We could check out what number he is in the black book. He right over here. Number 86 in the black book, Tanner Bibee, guys, versus the Red Sox. This year, he's got a 25.2 K percentage and a 6.3 walk percentage. Opened him up last night, 5+ minus 144 on FanDuel. He is now morning line was 6+ at plus 125 on DK, and DK still has the best line out there for that 6+ at that plus 125. PrizePicks has him at a flat 5, whereas pitching outs under over are at 17.5. Projected lineup for your Bo Sox is 6 lefties and 3 righties. His K per 9 split this year, we're just going to do his lefty righty splits as he doesn't have that many innings to really be looking at his home road. Lefties and righties, though, he's striking out both at a strikeout per inning at a 9K per 9. Where we look at his 2022 AA ball stats, it was the same there too, pretty much with a 14K per 9 versus the left-handed side and a 13.6 versus the right-handed side. Now, this is a spot, guys, that has me wanting the over, but I have no bet in at the moment as I do have an issue with the over that is going to keep me off. And it's the Red Sox numbers, guys, which over the last 15 days are middle of the pack average and OPS, 20th isolated power. They're walking at a nice clip, but they are also striking out at a 24% clip. 24 is bad. 27 is when we look to stick the knife in. When we look at the numbers of the Red Sox, guys, over the last 200 plate appearances versus right-handed pitchers on the road, it actually gets worse, guys. Their walk percentage drops to 5.4. Their strikeout percentage jumps up to 26.5. So everything to me right here is pointing over. Now, the projected lineups is what I was looking at. Another thing, like I looked at his lefties, how he does versus lefties in AA ball. Yes, he averages the same K per 9 pretty much, but lefties do hit him a whole lot different, guys. It's not just the strikeouts per 9. His batting average went way up. His OPS went way up. And his whip from the right-handed side went from a 0.88 to a disgusting 1.5 from the left-handed side, guys. Whip is walks and hits per innings pitched. That right there, guys, when you're running out that many lefties, if you had an issue with that many lefties in AA, these are professional hitters, guys, and I get that that their strikeout percentage is high over here by the Red Sox. But they have faced some really elite studs over that time, and they are still one of the place, guys, where unders have gone to cash and overs more often than not have gone to die, guys. At the end of the day, this team does have that high strikeout percentage because they take the most called first strikes in all of baseball. And then they battle their fucking asses off with 2 strikes. I mean, we saw it with Glasnow, granted. Glasnow. Then we saw it with McClanahan. Granted, he is from a different side. I don't understand how they were reaching the ball 3 inches off the plate. I'm like, do they got some fucking magic bats over here? They threw a fastball from a lefty 3 inches off the fucking plate, and they still made contact. I'm like, dude, how long is your bat? But I've seen it again and again and again, guys. It's where overs have gone to die. And the fact is that he's only played one other team this year that I consider a no-fly zone, and that's the Mets. And he pitched a great game versus them, guys, but the strikeouts were not there as he only had 3. Bibee is a kid, guys, and the Red Sox can be a frustrating team at times as, like I said, they do take first pitch strikes, but then they battle, guys, and that can be real frustrating to a kid who does have problems from the left-handed side. So I can see a sweat each way, guys, so I'm not going to look to press. Like I said, I am seeing the board way too damn well to try to press bets just to have bets. This show, guys, I am not like everybody else. I don't give out plays. There will be days that I give out absolutely nothing. I will give you my breakdowns, and I'll tell you what I feel and my reasons for staying off. But I'm not here just to sell pipe dreams, guys. I'm here to make money. I'm here to help you guys make money, and I'm here to fuck these bookies square in their damn eye hole, guys. So some days it's going to be low action. Some days I will have action. Today happens to be a low action type of day. So appreciate the 80-something live. Appreciate the 50 who hit the like. The 33 who didn't. You're going to bet my plays but not hit the like. I hope the karma gods get you some way or the other. If you are just showing up for the recap, guys, please hit the like button. It does help the algorithms more often than you know. Today on the Balking Dead, it is one of those days where I'm not looking to press and just put in action to have action. We talked how they jumped up Wheeler, up a strikeout or two, depending how you want to look at it. And if they do give me 6 or more right-handed bats in the Yankees lineup, I'm going to take Wheeler down to 7+ and Lynn at 6+ for a whole unit bet. And at the moment, it is minus 105, and I do expect it to go up some, and I'm okay with a little juice right there. It won't get past minus 115. Then we got in on some Edward Cabrera versus the Royals, guys. They were projecting 5 left-handed bats. I got 6, so I didn't even alt him to Wheeler today. I took a straight bet for a full unit on the over 6.5 at minus 122. Then we talked some Pablo Lopez and Tanner Bibee, and I just had to let their overs go, guys, for one reason or the other. You can check out the breakdowns in the timestamps after the show if you would like to hear why I stayed off. I know a lot probably showed up for a bunch of bets, guys, but one thing about me is I don't give out plays. I give out my actual bets or the reasons why I stay off. Besides the full unit play on Cabrera and still waiting for lineups on Lynn, I do have a half unit alt parlay with Wheeler at 7+, Lynn at 5+, Cabrera at 5+ at minus 123 on FanDuel. Like I said, guys, at the beginning of the show, I will put in timestamps for those who are busy. At worst, the recap. At best, a timestamp on all the pitchers of the day. Appreciate you all for tuning in to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth, guys. The Balking Dead on what actually seems like a crappy afternoon of baseball, but that's okay. We can enjoy the games, have a couple bets in, and just slam them when we need to slam them. BBWs for life, fellas. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there. Use that promo code PubSports. Get a match deposit up to 100, minimum of 25. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. This show is produced by Big Show Picks and on Pub Sports Radio. Some say we be pubbing. I say keep firing, assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!